Another Jurassic adventure. What could go wrong? Let's talk about it. Hey, great to have you here. So today I'll be reviewing the latest dinosaur summer blockbuster, Jurassic World Rebirth. And this is actually my second time recording this, so let's hope it's better than the first one. I loved dinosaurs growing up, and obviously the original Jurassic Park is iconic, but the other entries in the franchise have been met with mostly mixed opinions. The general premise with this one is you have this forbidden island that has abandoned dinosaurs, including mutants, and this one company wants to secretly travel there to extract blood samples from the three largest air, land, and sea dinosaurs in order to save people from heart disease, or more importantly, make trillions from it. Our main lead here, Scarlett Johansson, gets hired as a mercenary, bringing along our other two leads of Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala Ali. As expected, things go wrong with their mission, and they also run into this family of this guy who brought his two daughters and one of their boyfriends on a sailboat out in these Atlantic dinosaur-infested waters. Definite father of the year material there. Looking at some pros and cons for the film, starting off with the pros, the first one being the scenes with the mosasaur were really well done. They were intense, they had the most characters at risk, and they kicked off the main conflict for our main characters. Second pro I had for the film, I'm no paleontologist, but the updates made to the visual appearances of the dinosaurs was well done and aligned with my understanding of modern assumptions, obviously outside of the mutated species. And then third pro I had for the film, the moments of horror and thrill they gave us with both the T-Rex and D-Rex were super fun, but unfortunately they were pretty short-lived compared to the rest of the film's 2+ hour runtime. Now jumping into some of the cons I have for the film, the first one being the opening explanation of why the dinosaurs aren't a global issue anymore was very lazily done. They just give you some text exposition about climate impacts and just move on to doing the travel to the island plot again. The first act also spends a bit too much time telling us about the trauma and purpose of all of our main cast before we get to the actual action. Hey, me from the future here. I realized I also had to mention that in the opening scene to the movie, we have this moment where an entire security system gets taken down by a candy bar wrapper, Final Destination style, which kind of sets up your expectations for the entire movie. Second con I had for the film, the overall movie felt very cookie cutter to me, trying to please everyone. As far as the list of things you get here, some of them are, you get kids with baby dinosaurs, you get your T-Rex scene, you get your famous actors, you get your product placement, a lot of it. You get this new, better T-Rex, the D-Rex, who kind of looks like the xenomorph you see up there, or like a rancor. You get your greedy villain, you get your variation of the John Williams score, you get your member berry references that didn't really work for me, like the gas station scene here being very similar to the kitchen scene from the first movie. Or we had the flare scene, which is also very similar to the first movie. It just seemed like we had somebody involved with making the movie say, hey, as a Jurassic movie, we need to have X things done here. And then third con I had for the film, the character deaths and survivals were very formulaic. We would have one set piece scene and kill off one of the minor characters, and then head to another scene and kill off the next minor character, until we're quickly out of minor characters and need to have the big bad dino then take out the big bad human. The story was just very predictable. For example, we get one of our main cast heroically saving a kid near the end to complete their character arc of honoring their own kid. And at no real point did I feel like our main three protagonists, nor the family of four, were in danger, even with the T-Rex raft scene or Jonathan Bailey falling from this massive cliffside and then just getting up like he's perfectly fine, not remotely injured. Before jumping into my final score, I have to mention a couple other points here. The CGI for the baby dinosaur specifically was very immersion breaking. I imagine years from now, it'll only look even worse. And then secondly, I really wasn't invested in any of the characters here. Ali's character was probably the only borderline interest to me, and the boyfriend character is really insufferable here, which I get was kind of his role. He's pitched as having this character growth that never really comes to fruition though. For an overall score here, I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 10. I was debating between a 4 and a 5, but it feels like a below average film for me. It's a decent turn your brain off Jurassic film that gives you most of what you'd expect with seeing big dinosaurs on screen. But if you question the logic of certain scenes, the movie quickly falls apart. It's better than the last two films in the franchise, but that's also not exactly a compliment. If you've seen Jurassic World Rebirth, what do you think of it? What parts did you like or dislike? And do you hope that the franchise continues? For me, I wish they would just abandon the kid inclusions and PG-13 rating and instead lean a little bit more into the horror, but I realize that's not something they're probably going to do because that would hurt the franchise's mass appeal and toy sales. Regardless of that, share your thoughts on all things the Jurassic World franchise in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon.